his money, we're winning. Now, Robert Latimer knows that. He's desperate.
We're on the clock, James. God knows. The interest alone. What do we have to do to get rid of these idiots?
They're not idiots.
What side are you on?
Oh, yours, obviously.
I'll call the police.
Yeah, they'd come running for you, wouldn't they, Mr. Latimer?
You are on my
There
land.
weren't too much in evidence last night, though, were they? When you were organising your bonfire.
You people. You're...
What? In your way?
She's the problem.
Hail Caesar. Robert Latimer needs the rest of his flats to complete his masterwork.
Which is?
Luxury apartments. And Turner Square is going to be a rich man's castle.
When it happens, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, we're not Luddites, and we're not fools. But we don't like being bullied and burnt out of our homes so Latimer can get even richer.
That's strong stuff. Can you prove any of it?
Well, I want you to do that. Oh, we can pay. A bit.
A bit.
Well, everyone chips in. Everyone who's left. It's not going to be a lot.
What exactly do you mean, burnt out?
Every time a family move out, their house goes up in flames. Police call it vandalism.
Then it probably is.
Look, do you mind if we go outside? Tenancy. No smoking clause.
I thought you were a radical.
I'm quitting after these.
You've made it really nice out here.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, most of us try. And the Latimers can't accuse us of being bad tenants.
The landlords.
Yeah, took them over a couple of years ago. They persuaded a lot to move. Incentives, newer flats further out. But in spite of everything, we want to stay. I mean, people belong here.
We could have a chat to this Latimer character.
Claire.
Where would we find him?
We don't. Andy talked to the police. They're the ones to deal with this.
Yeah, they said you were an ex-copper.
Hi. Who are these?
Private investigators. My sister, Shelley.
What are you planning, Andy?
Well, I wanted them to see what they could find out about the fires.
We don't need them.
Well, academics, Shell, they won't do it.
Yeah, but you said you had something on them. Stop them in their tracks is what you said.
Yeah, if it checks out.
Yes, it will. You know, Andy's kept it together around here. You know, you ask anybody and she's the one.
Look, I need to have a talk later.
Yeah, whatever. Don't feel bad. She'll sort it.
Well, thanks anyway.
I'll see you later.
It's not the money, Claire.
Well, I don't think she's making it up.
She should take what she knows to the police.
They haven't done much good for us so far, by the looks of it. That's her boyfriend, the one in the photograph.
Sleeping with the enemy.
Andy!
Source of information, maybe.
You sure that's the boyfriend?
I'm pretty sure.
How sure? Can you make it out?
We can't just go barging it.
There he goes.
If she's right about Latimer, I don't see what chance she's got.
I never said she was wrong.
Well, I think the playing field could stand a bit levelling.
We'll see you tomorrow. Michael McCready. Yeah, we'll be right there. Andy.
That her? Is that Annie Bennett? All right. All right, we'll get formal identification later on.
She used to sit out there and smoke. She wouldn't light up in her flat.
No, I know we found these nearby. It's becoming a bit of a habit, this, Nigel. You know, we find a body. Your business card's never very far away.
That's not even remotely funny, Alan.
Well, you were with her last night.
We left there just after 8.
There's a bloke in a photograph up in her flat. He was arriving just as we were leaving. He might be worth talking to.
All right, well, we'll pick him up, but to be honest, I don't think there's anyone else involved.
You think it's an accident?
This bloke, he worked for someone, the Latimers they were called. She wanted us to investigate them.
Organised vandalism or something new?
You knew her?
Well, uniform do, yeah. Her and her sister.
What, a couple of hysterical women, I suppose.
Not quite that polite.
You'll want a statement.
Yeah, call in.
What could we have done?
Something.
Like what? Stay up all night? Mount an armed guard? Come on, Claire.
Has it passed you by that we were up there last night? She asked for our help.
There's no point. It's too late.
For her, not for us.
Alan will sort it.
With an attitude like that?
He's very good at his job, Claire.
So are you, Dad.
Of course, I know the Latimer brothers. Thought everybody knew the Latimer brothers.
Oh, come on, Uncle Donal.
Well, it was our dad's business. He was small time, you know. When he copped it, the brothers Robert and James, well, they started buying up plots of land. Small at first.
Is there a concise version of this?
I'll show you. Just get my keys.
Well, mine's just outside.
No. I insist. Come on.
It's got that lovely new car smell.
Your dad wouldn't know what that is, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Makes you feel like doing the royal wave to all the poor people.
V8, top speed at 155, cruise control, any more leather, you could milk it. You know, you could stand a glass of water on that bonnet.
Why would you want to do that?
What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, it's very nice.
You're not just saying that. They bought the flats, optioned all the land around them.
Option?
Yeah, it's like a deposit, Michael.
I know what an option is, Donal.
They get that lot cleared, bingo.
What happens if they won't move?
The option runs out. Fairly soon, I imagine.
End of master plan.
Could be.
So how much do you reckon it's all going to be worth then?
Even I dare not think of such a sum. Millions.
Surprised you don't have a slice of it yourself, brother.
I do.
That's nothing but an eyesore.
But it's my eyesore. It's going to cost him to get it off me.
Why don't you ever think of anything like that?
Don't be hard on him, Claire. He has many other qualities.
You know what you are, Uncle Donal? You're a running dog of capitalism.
Oof. You may both wish to reflect on the uses and abuses of capital on the long walk home.
Donal! Donal!
I've always looked after her. Since being little, I've always been there for her. Oh, why didn't she listen to me? If she'd listened to me, she would have...
Shelley, what were you trying to tell her?
The Latimers, I told her they wouldn't stop at the fires.
Steady on, Shelley.
The police are fairly certain it was an accident.
Look, you're upset.
They think we'll give up.
Accusing someone of arson is one thing.
Yeah, but she had something. You heard her. She had something on them.
Did she tell you what it was?
Of course not. She didn't get the chance, did she? They saw to that.
Will you be staying on yourself after this?
They won't get me out. Not without killing me as well.
How on earth did it happen?
She fell from the parapet.
Accident? It's my property, you see. Imagine what the press will say.
Let alone that she's dead, of course.
That was callous. She was a pain in the neck. Her and her sister both, but you couldn't dislike her. Sorry, yesterday morning, fooling around.
Doing what?
Nothing. Nothing special.
She engaged us before she died.
She asked us to investigate you.
I've been torching their homes. They're my property, most of them. My asset base.
Yes, but they are worth more as a building site.
I admit that, but I haven't done anything illegal. Nobody other than the Bennett sisters have ever said otherwise.
I think you're out of touch, Mr. Latimer, because most of Turner Square seem to think that it's you behind the fires.
With the option running out, things must be getting a bit pressured.
I can assure you I didn't get where I am by burning my own property.
Yeah, but somebody is. And you're the ones who'll benefit.
Right. You find them. Find who's setting the fires. There'll be a check in it for you.
Good. We're all on the same page, then. Your brother James will have a theory or two.
Same as mine.
We just like to be thorough. Give value for money.
How sweet investigating the Latimers with their own money.
Thought you'd approve.
James, can you come down? There are some people to see you.
Who is it, Catherine?
These people are private investigators, Donal. Robertson.
Michael McCready and my daughter Claire.
Has something happened at the site?
It's about the fires on the estate. Your brother's keen to find out who's starting them.
Oh, well, we both are. I'm glad he's doing something about it at last.
Word is that you and him are behind him.
Why on earth would Robert hire you if we had anything to do with it?
Maybe that's what he wants us to think.
That's ridiculous. I don't know who you've been talking to.
Andy Bennett?
Andy? Bennett, you say?
23 or so, pretty girl. Hard to forget.
Oh, yes, of course. Andy Bennett. Yeah, well, we have crossed swords. I'll have a word with her.
She's dead.
That can't be.
You're right, Donny. Margaret. Didn't get a wink of sleep last night, either of us, did we, Donny?
I'm sorry.
How did it happen?
A fall.
If you'll, excuse me.
Well, we'll talk again when you're feeling better. About the fires. Mrs. Latimer?
"23. Tragic."
Like Donal's car.
Common as muck.
Did you see the way she watched him when you talked about Andy? I don't go for all that darling stuff.
Ah, you're a cynic. Maybe she loves him.
Well, she must do, because she fitted him out of an alibi pretty quick.
So you're quite clear that the lights went out after Ronan Best left?
Is that his name then, the boyfriend?
Yeah, ex, by about 6 weeks. Because we've been talking to him, and he says she was fine when he left, and as you say, someone turned the lights off.
Nothing in the post-mortem then?
No, no interference, no rough stuff, no booze, no drugs. And she was pregnant.
That's why she was stopping smoking.
How long?
Only just a few weeks.
Not Ronan's then?
Says not.
So you're looking for the father?
Well, to be honest, Michael, we're not looking for anyone.
You can't believe she just fell.
No booze, no drugs.
And she had something on the Latimers.
Look, I cannot start a major incident inquiry on rumour and guesswork.
And she winds up dead on her property.
Yeah, that was a coincidence.
Why was Ronan still there if they'd split up?
says he wanted her back. Claire, you saw the lad leave. You watched the lights go out. Now, I know it's rough, but there's nothing you could have done.
Yeah?
Don't beat yourself up. She had an accident, you know. It is not your fault.
He could have gone back there after we left.
Someone did. Someone was there that night.
Your girlfriend dumps you and then tells you she's pregnant. How would you feel?
Well, we don't know that she did that. Anyway, I'm more interested in who the father was than who the father wasn't.
How many of these can you get rid of?
Listen, Shelley, you ought to think about this.
I have. Told my sisters. I don't want it to be for nothing. Mike, never let her down. And you, Susie, you've been great.
All right, love.
The Latimers? The building people?
They're mixed up in it.
Robert, maybe. Not James.
You know them?
Yeah, I went to school with James.
A long time ago, then.
Not that long, you little minx.
Come on, then. Dish the dirt.
He was my first crush.
Mum.
Well, after the gym mistress, and that was just a phase.
Fanciable, then, was he?
Oh, it still is, don't you think?
He's old enough to be my dad.
He nearly was.
Details? Tell me more.
A bonfire night grope. And then he was gone into the night. And that was it, really.
So you didn't get lucky, then?
Oh, I wasn't in his league. Anyway, he got expelled. In the boiler room with the French as he stomped.
Do you think he'd remember you now?
He does. Oh, he started coming into the shop recently. He buys red roses. He always gets one extra and leaves it for me.
You're joking.
You're taking this very personally, James.
Just give me a hand.
I'll get one of the men.
Well, you don't want to get your hands dirty.
How clean are yours?
Oh, that's really rich coming from you.
Oh, poor James. Such a sensitive soul.
Look, I knew her, you didn't.
That is very true. That is your major contribution to this business. Getting to know the tenants. The ones in skirts, at least.
You haven't an ounce of humanity in you.
I prefer to keep at arm's length, James. You can't do business up close and personal. It always ends in trouble.
And that's what you call this, is it? Trouble?
We're building houses, James. You'll always get objectors. We get on with it. We stick to the plan. We turn this into a decent place to live.
Is it really worth this much to you?
Perhaps you can do some work after you finish the self-flagellation.
We're sorry, Shelley. Fires are one thing, love, but after what happened to Andy...
If it wasn't for the little one...
You'd stay, yeah, right.
Well, you haven't got a kid to think about.
No, you're right, I haven't.
Otherwise we'd stay, of course we would.
Come with us, Shelley. Hate to think of leaving you here.
No, go. Go look after your baby.
That's what it comes down to.
This is no place for a kid. Not anymore.
No, you're right. I'm sorry, it just must be the shock.
Good luck.
Is this your handiwork?
So?
Shelley, we can't help you if you just shoot yourself in the foot.
I don't want any help.
Well, if this is your idea of a good move, then you definitely do. Find what Andy had on the Latimers? What are you expecting?
Well, she was very organised. I mean, she kept notes. If she found something, there'd be some sort of evidence. Well, there must be something somewhere, you know, it's just how she was.
Who did she know that could have tipped her off?
Everybody talked to Auntie.
The Latimers?
Well, she used to go down to the site. You know, all the tenants used to come to Andy, whether they had a leaky roof or roaches or rats, and off she'd go with a big pile of books and read them chapter and verse.
Was it Robert she was dealing with?
No, the other one.
James.
Look, I really do need to get on.
Are you moving all this?
Just, getting her personal stuff together.
I'll give you a hand.
I have to change the locks. I'm sorry.
I'm getting her things.
Can't it wait?
We're both very sorry for your loss.
How can you just stand there?
It's really not a good time.
Your brother sent you, did he?
We want you to know if there's anything we can do.
You can tell him from me that he won't get me out, whatever he does. Or you may have scared the couple at number 14 out, but you don't scare me. You won't get me out.
The offer's there. Anything you need. Why couldn't he settle for what he had? He always has to have more.
You're his partner.
I'm his brother.
Make things easier for him with Andy out of the way.
Well, you'd have to ask him that, wouldn't you?
You knew Andy better than he did.
I collected the rent.
So when is rent day around here?
Thursday. Not the day she died.
Do you want some light on that?
Oh, no, have you got any change for the meter?
Where is it?
Front room on the right.
No more freelance graphics, okay?
Hmm?
Sorry. See you later.
Bye.
Do you know who turned the lights out after Ronan Best left?
Andy.
No. Meter ran out.
Talking of timing, a receipt for a pregnancy testing kit.
Yeah, we knew that.
No, we don't know what time she found out. She bought this at 2:46 on the day that she died.
So maybe she did tell Ronan.
He wanted her back. Kendall said there wasn't any rough stuff, though.
It wouldn't need to be. Bush would have done. Ronan Best?
Yeah?
We're friends of Andy's.
Don't know you.
The night before last.
Don't want to talk about it.
What was the row about?
What row?
We heard you.
Who'd you say you were?
We're private investigators. Andy hired us the day she died.
Don't believe you.
Did she tell you about the baby? Must have come as quite a blow.
End of affair sort of thing, was it?
Did she tell you who the daddy was?
No.
Come on, help yourself out, Ronan. What did she tell you?
Nothing.
Listen, we saw you leave the flat that night.
We're your alibi.
We're the reason you're out in the nice weather.
Quite word from us and you're back inside.
Said he was married.
Is that all?
I wasn't much listening by then.
Bet you weren't. Did you follow her out onto the walkway?
I left.
So she tells you she's having some other bloke's baby and you what, just walked away, is that it?
There she is, having a quiet smoke on the wall.
After all you've been to each other?
She starts talking about the new guy.
I told you.
Violins, hearts and flowers.
Nothing damaged then?
Pride only.
Well, your footwork's not what it used to be.
Oh, I wasn't expecting it then. Hearts and flowers.
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, don't forget a line that cost you a smack in the mouth.
Maybe it was the real thing between Andy and this married bloke. In a funny way, I hope it was.
Maybe he wasn't too thrilled at the idea of being a father.
Well, Ronan's still favourite for me. Look at the way he's lashed out on you.
Michael, you know Robert Latimer? Well, we've just been having some very fruitful discussions.
It's you I've come to see.
Right, I'll leave you then. Nice, bye, Robert. Michael?
I'm calling a halt.
To what?
Catherine phoned. You've upset them, apparently. In a scuffle at the site with one of my men.
Ronan Best, who, as far as we know, was the last person to see Andy Bennett alive.
I'll settle what I owe today. Get your girl here to send an account.
Right you are, Mr. Latimer.
Fine.
The girl's dead. It's far from fine.
Am I not making myself clear?
You can stop paying us, but that's all you can stop.
That check we'll negotiate. Just leave us alone. It's not blackmail.
What do they call it in the building trade?
An incentive so we can get on with our work.
I'm not stopping you. You get on with your job and we'll do the same.
You're as bad as they are.
I expect we've both got busy days. Oh, by the way, you can change the locks on number 14. They've gone.
Nice one, Dad.
Well, I hope you say that again come payday.
So you're changing your statement?
No. I said the lights went out. All I'm saying now is that the clock stopped at the same time.
So my blokes didn't check the meter?
Can't get the staff. Time of death?
Between 9 and 1, there's always a margin when the body's outside.
So she could have been dead when Ronan left.
So what did Robert want?
I can't tell you. Client confidentiality. You?
Financially sensitive, Michael, can't say.
He came to fire us.
Well, he made me an offer on the ice, or $5 less than what it's worth. To him.
You want to watch yourself with those two, Donal. Don't take anything for granted.
Having another?
We're working. Come on.
What are we doing tonight?
Andy said that when a flat became empty, it got torched. Both the Latimers knew about number 14, so it's worth a shot.
You think it's tied up with Andy?
If she had any proof that they were behind it.
It would be a lot warmer in a Merc, Dad.
Who'd have a car like that?
Donal's got one. You haven't. There he goes. It's that jacket again. Dad, don't run him over.
Come on. Hey! Come here! Come here!
Go on!
Come on, Claire! Where is he?
Ronan Best.
I couldn't tell.
Maybe Andy knew it was him.
How did she think she was going to prove it?
That's what we're for.
Well, he wouldn't have done it off his own bat. Still, leads back to the Lanfers. Back for a second bite.
Well, they found traces of skin under the girl's nails. Not much on their own, but given the argument, the time of death is worth a DNA match.
And the meter, Alan, don't forget that.
No, I doubt I'll be given the chance.
And it might be worth skin testing for petrol as well. He may be our fire raiser.
Oh, so you think it was Ronan as well?
He may have started the fire, but he didn't kill Andy. Not over that.
Well, whatever, you'll have to appear as a witness. You'd be chuffed about that.
Complaints about the state of our access roads. Get a couple of men and clean up what messes ours.
All right, Mr. Waterman. Saw your fire raiser last night.
Catch him?
He was wearing one of those jackets.
Doesn't mean a thing. Men keep those when they move on. Some of them give them away.
Any of your ex-employees bear a grudge?
No idea. James keeps the records.
Is he here today? On the migrate. It was flat number 14, by the way, the fire. It's like Monopoly, isn't it? Can you mop up before the option runs out? They said he was at home, back at the site.
They're gorgeous.
He's in the conservatory.
You've been in the wars.
Another flat went up in flames last night.
You were here, I suppose.
All night.
It was the one Shelley Bennett mentioned, remember? At Andy's?
You're obviously not doing it yourself, so who are you paying? Ronan Best?
I'm not paying anyone.
When you hired him, did you know he was sleeping with the enemy?
Get out.
Did Andy know what he was doing? Who he was doing it for?
If she had started spreading that around, it wouldn't have been good for business, would it?
Hang the business. Had it.
What do you mean?
Out. Finished. Retired. You can call it what you will.
Bit sudden.
Robert happy about that?
Doesn't make any difference anyway, since Father left it all to him. Seems I wasn't to be trusted.
Is this anything to do with Turner Square?
Time was, we worked on decent projects. We didn't have to bulldoze people out of our way. I'm sick of it. His ambition, his ruthlessness. He can go to hell.
Looking for a job then?
I married well. I always got the girls.
Watched by a woman with a garden full of roses. Hello, Mum. It's me. Silly question. Your boyfriend, the one we talked about the other day. Of course he's here. Any special day he comes into the shop. Cheers, Mum.
What was that about?
Every Thursday for the last few weeks, James Latimer has been going into Mum's shop and buying 7 red roses.
So?
So, Thursday, rent day, there were 6 roses in Andy's flat.
But he's old enough to be her father. 7, you said, not 6.
I'll tell you later, come.
14 Turner Square.
Do you reside there, Miss Bennett?
You know I don't. What I'm saying is that James Latimer
knew the flat was empty. I made a note of that, thank you. But you didn't witness anything.
What is the point?
Hello, Michael.
Alan about?
Did you hear what happened last night? Now, do you believe me?
I didn't say that I didn't.
Thank you for coming in, Miss Bennett.
That bang of my head against a brick wall.
Still clearing out Andy's stuff. I'll come give you a hand later.
Do you want to go on through?
There.
What now?
The stuff from the Andy Bennett scene. Could I have a look at it, please?
Anything special?
There were some matches.
You getting anywhere with Ronan?
We will, if there's anywhere to get. Look, don't touch.
If you were James and you were having an affair with Andy, you're hardly likely to do it in the living room with a photograph of the ex-boyfriend staring at you, are you? Hotel.
About 23, dark hair, pretty, bit shorter than Claire here.
We see so many, sir. Regulars, twice, 3 times a week. Always the same room. Talk about true romance. Now, we see a lot of the other here, but this was a love job.
And the bloke?
Look, I just want information. I don't want to buy the place.
Tall, 40-ish, expensive clothes, nice car, Mercedes.
Always the same room.
Come with me. The Rose Room. Over the top, if you ask me. Don't expect they'll be back.
No, they won't.
You know about the wife? Turned up one night asking for him by name.
When was this?
3 nights ago. Of course, I denied all knowledge, as you do. With the wife, you do.
Not again.
You might want to talk in private.
There's no need.
Andy Bennett.
I've told you all there is.
But you never mentioned that you were lovers.
I know about this.
You wanted a showdown, I know.
And then what? Round Andy's flat?
I came straight home.
And I can vouch for that.
Oh, the migraine, yes.
What were you doing, waiting in Rose's room? Not like her to stand you up, is it?
So you went over to her flat and she told you the news.
We've told you.
Andy was pregnant, Mrs. Latimer. She was having your husband's baby.
Is this true? Were you in love with her?
Yeah.
Are you going to leave?
What's it matter now?
It matters.
We planned to. Yeah, but the baby.
You saw her the night she died.
No. On the waste ground in the morning. That was the last time.
She didn't know she was pregnant then.
You must have seen her that night.
She phoned me. She told me about the baby and said that it was definite and that then she was going to come over to the hotel.
And when she didn't turn up?
I've told you this. I just came home.
He didn't. He wasn't here. He was out all night.
You might like to think about that, Mrs. Latimer. Because if he doesn't have an alibi, neither do you.
You knew about him and Andy. Do you expect us to believe you just sat there and let it happen?
What would you know? At your age? You'll find out. The things one learns to live with. Not anymore. Get out of my house. Go cry for the kid and her brat somewhere else. Get out!
Talk about a woman scorned.
Hell's fury cometh in a very poor second.
He's not James. He loved her. You could see it. It's not him, Dad.
Not for love, then. Maybe money.
Robert.
They both saw Andy that morning. James saw his lover. What did Robert see?
His biggest problem.
What was she doing? The metal detector. Come on.
How's it going?
Nearly done.
Those library books, are they still around?
Huh?
Give me a minute.
I'll give you a hand then, shall I?
shouldn't, but I let her take them sometimes. Knows her stuff. Self-taught, but very bright.
Did she ever bring you anything that she'd found?
Junk, mostly. She brought me a coin to have a look at. Found it on the waste ground in Turner Square.
When was this?
3, 4 days ago. Roman. They do turn up. On its own, it doesn't mean much. What it does is cast doubt on the, how shall I put this, the thoroughness of the developer's survey.
Where's it now?
I told her to send it to the British Museum.
And did she?
She sat here and did it. Cadged an envelope and ate half my lunch. Can't say no to her, can you?
Andy said she'd stopped the Latimers in their tracks. I think she meant literally. This is where she found the coin. It's where Robert and James saw her the morning that she died.
So that's what she had on her. Nothing to do with the fires.
She took it straight to the library, ate half the guy's food, and then called into the chemist on the way back.
And then found out she was pregnant. What would that do to her?
What are you thinking, Claire?
Well, I know what they mean about community and everything. The couple that left, they were right. You couldn't bring kids up round here.
Not even if you're Andy Bennett. I think we need to talk to Ronan Best. So Kendall didn't break you?
What do you think?
I think the DNA didn't match for a start. There's no traces of petrol either. Pretty new-looking jacket. You lost one recently?
I left it at Andy's.
When you split up?
What do you want?
Ronan Best's old jacket. The one Andy gave you. You firebomb your own side and then blame the opposition.
The Latimers did it to get us out.
But they didn't succeed. Because you hung in there.
You did it, Shelley, not Andy. You brought them together with the fires.
Somebody had to do something.
You risking everything. And she taking all the limelight.
As usual.
She's keeping things from you as well, secrets.
What was it she wanted to tell you, Shelley?
I don't know, do I? She didn't have the chance to tell me. They saw to that.
Shelley, you finally thought she was going to tell you what she had on the Latimers, but it wasn't that, was it?
Oh, look, I didn't go. I didn't see her.
You wish you hadn't. Because what she told you was it was all over.
She couldn't bring up a baby around here, could she, Shelley? Is that what it was? She told you she was going to leave?
She was my sister. Everything that we stood for, and she was just prepared to just go away as if it meant nothing, as if nothing mattered except her and her baby. And that man.
Of all people, James Latimer.
She used to say, oh, we're going to fight, we're going to stay here, whatever. And all the time she was sleeping with him. She was sleeping with that man. Didn't mean it. Didn't mean it. She put her arms around me, I just pushed her away. I loved her. Why did she do it? Why did she do it to me?
Come to Crow.
Someone's dead. What's to crow about? Brother not with you?
He's taken this very badly.
He really loved her, you know.
Peaceful now.
What's holding you up?
Like I said, I'm a patient man. I can wait.
I'm sure you can.
None of this need ever have happened.
Fault on both sides.
Plague on both our houses.
We agree on something at last.
That check.
Make my brother a decent offer for his eyesore. Present.
Where did you get this?
Coin shop in Soho.
Do you think that's what Andy did?
I've no idea. 8 counts of arson and a murder cleared up.
Still only lunchtime.
I think I might risk taking the afternoon off.
I thought we all might. Go for a spin in Donal's new car.
Yeah, well, I'll have to disappoint you there, Michael. It's going back today.
Donal, you love that car.
Yeah, I did. It'll be a wrench, I can tell you.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing. Nothing. It's perfect. Well, I've had a lot of luck in life, you know. You too, in your way. But I took one look at that car and I thought, nah. No, couldn't do it. Why should I have everything when my brother has so little? And that is the God's honest truth. And it was only a test drive.
Uncle Donal,
Yes, Claire.
before you take it back, you better take the wheel clamp off it.